You know what, honestly, I'm really tired of green gas. I'm tired of propane. I don't want to deal with it anymore. There's got to be a better way. No, there is. You might want to watch this video. Stay tuned right after this. What's going on, Airsofters? Thanks for tuning in today to Century Elite Airsoft TV. My name is Drew and we're back again today with a new video for you guys. Yes, a brand new video. 2 videos in 1 week. What's going on? Well, you know what? I love you guys so much and I might as well put more videos for you guys. So today what we're going to talk about is basically one topic that most of you guys who play Airsoft that run with a KWA MP7. Now, a lot of other MP7s, especially older MP7s that are out there, like the Tokyo Marui MP7, which is I believe electric, houses a Polar Star fusion engine, which is great, so you can actually have a HPA MP7. But not a lot of MP7s out there are HPA or don't have the great way to tap into the HPA world with that specific gun. A lot of the guns, a lot of the MP7s, excuse me, require drilling, and it's a big risk. It's a huge risk as far as drilling a hole into your magazine and hoping you can actually tap into the HPA world with that type of solution. But I was able to go to e-bike's website, and I actually think AMP Airsoft also has this guy. I have it with me here, but as you can see, this is my KWA MP7 magazine. Now this magazine holds about 40 rounds and it runs off green gas or propane. I don't know if you can see that here. There we go. It runs off propane or green gas. I mainly use green gas because of the silicone oil that's also added with it. But the only thing though with green gas, what I'm really tired about is the inconsistency that it has. When you're rapid firing, it has that cooldown effect, which then you can't shoot anymore. You'd have to change to a different mag. Or even in colder climates, you know, people who play Airsoft outdoors can't really run a green gas magazine or green gas gun or pistol or rifle due to the fact that it's cold outside. So I wanted to find a different solution because I was tired of buying gas for this guy. I was spending so much money on this one just to fill it up and to hope that it doesn't have that cooldown effect while I'm shooting it. And there's no really way to specifically tell if it's fully filled with green gas or not. Compared to pistols have a smaller size, so that way you know if it's filled or not. But I happen to find a really cool valve that most of you guys might have seen float around the internet. It is the CQB Russian Valve, which is this guy. Now this literally required no drilling. It required some tools, and it only took about 1.5 minutes. I don't know, probably a little bit more than that, depending on how fast you are, really. But I did take my time in putting the valve in this one. Only reason being is because I've heard a lot of things as far as putting the thread in. And it could damage it, so I wanted to take my time doing that, because once the threads inside are damaged, that's a new magazine you have to buy. But with this, because of the fact I run Polar Star already with my my M4, this is not going to be a problem at all. Now, most of you are thinking, like, wait a minute, why is it on the magazine? It's going to be a lot longer to reload. Yes, it's going to take a little bit longer to reload because I'd have to disconnect the line, put the mag, take the mag out, put the mag in a dump pouch, put a new mag in, and then put the line back on. Yeah, you know what, honestly, that's what I thought at first, but then I saw a few other videos on how people are doing that, and simply it's very easy. And you know, it takes practice, and I don't mind practicing this, but if I can get a better consistency out of this gun, then I'm all up for it. And I'm excited to actually try this out. So today I do have one more valve left, as you can see here in this little bag, and I have one magazine left that I'm going to show you guys how to install the CQB Russian Valve on your MP7 magazine. So let's get to it. Alright, so what we're going to do is, though, we're going to go ahead and install our HPA tap magazine on MP7 magazine, specifically from KWA. So this guy is done, and let's put him aside for now, and let's go over the tools that we're going to need. So what we're going to need are a few things. We're going to need a screwdriver set. Anything with a screwdriver set you can actually use. I have this guy, and I usually use this for my computers because they're a little smaller, but this is actually perfectly fine for the magazine. These guys you can actually pick up pretty much almost anywhere, like at Walmart for like $7 to $10, which is not bad for a small set like that. And Teflon tape. Teflon tape is going to be very, very important because we're going to use the Teflon tape and wrap it around the threads of the valve to prevent any sort of leak. This is very, very important. Teflon tape you can pick up almost any hardware store in the plumbing section, really. I picked up one last night at Home Depot, and it was literally 97 cents, $1.04 with tax in New Jersey, but can't go wrong with Teflon tape, which is really good. And what you're going to need a simple wrench. Any adjustable wrench will do. Now with this type of wrench, this is just very simple, just to help me tighten the valve. We don't need to Hulk tight it and tighten it up to the point where you'll break the threads. Just tight enough to make sure there's no leaks on the thread itself. So let's get into the disassembly of the magazine real quick. Alright, so here's my KWA MP7 magazine that I have not disassembled as of yet, and we're going to go through it. So we're going to open up this screwdriver set real quick. Okay, and we're going to choose just a simple screw just to pop out the base plate of the magazine. So we're just going to use this guy just for now. Just a random set. Okay, put that in there, close that up for a second. Alright, so now on the magazine itself, I'm not sure you can actually see that there is actually this little latch right over here, this hole right over here that has an eject button down here. So what we're going to do is, though, we're going to actually just push that down and slide the base plate over to the point where we can actually just move it around now. Okay, so you don't want to quickly remove the base plate right away because there is a small piece where the spring actually resides in, right in the center over here, that holds that latch. Now if you quickly remove that latch, that base plate, sorry, if you remove it, the little black piece that's about yay big can shoot out, and I learned that the hard way, and I couldn't find that at all after I realized that. So we're going to be very, very careful. We're going to slide it open. Now that little notch is actually going to end up in the hole where the valve would normally go, right over here. So we're going to pull this out slowly. Now it should lock in place. I can't see it. Hold on, sorry. All right. So now it's here now. Instead of this guy being here, this guy is I'm gonna be in the fill of the MP7 magazine. So this is the tricky part. So we're gonna push this again just to hold it down. And it's kind of difficult to do this while in front of the camera, but it's all good. All right. Okay. Oh, didn't do it yet. Okay. So now it's actually removed. Now as you can see, I'm still holding the base plate down so that way that little black piece doesn't come off. So what we're going to do is we're actually just going to hold this down. We're going to put my finger over where that section is, and we're going to slide the base plate off. Now base plate is off, which is great. Now there is a black piece that I was talking about. Okay. And this is the guy that I was talking about. This is the one thing that you don't want to ever lose. I don't know if you guys can see that. It might not be focused, but this is the one thing you don't ever want to lose, because if you lose that, your magazine will not work, and you are going to definitely need that after you take your valve out, because you need to put that back so that way the spring can actually retract and go up down and lock your base plate in place so that way it doesn't come out when you're playing the game. So now let's go ahead and take off the valve. So we're going to switch over to another flathead screwdriver. Try to get one that's somewhat wide so that way you can use it to remove the valve. Okay. Before you do that, you want to make sure that your magazine is empty and there's no gas. Okay, good. Pressure valve is pushing the pressure valve, no gas coming out, so great, no gas involved. So now what we're going to do is we're going to change this guy to the side and get this this flathead. So now we don't actually have to remove the spring can just stay there. You won't really have to disrupt it. That's perfectly fine. And we're just going to go ahead and unscrew the valve. Once we unscrew it, it's quick and painless. It's very easy. Okay, and there is a valve. We just take it right out. Okay, now the good thing about this the CQB Russian Valve adapter for it being HPA, you can actually reverse this process, which is even better. So what I would recommend is to store these somewhere safe, and don't throw these out, because if you want to get out of the HPA world and just want to go back to green gas for some reason, that's perfectly fine. Or if you're going to end up, let's say, selling the gun and giving the gun to somebody else and they don't have an HPA system, we can just use this guy. So get a Ziploc bag, store it somewhere safe where you don't lose it, and don't throw it out, because it's definitely reusable and reversible, which is awesome. So let's put this aside for now over here. I'm actually going to just put it right here. So that way it's going to be off camera, but it's alright. Alright, cool. So now we have everything taken out. We have the valve, the KWA valve taken out, and what we're going to do is we're going to put everything back together again. Well, you're probably wondering why. Maybe we should install the CQB Russian Valve adapter. No, not yet. We don't need to. Because it's going to go through the base plate, because we need to put the base plate back on first. So this is the valve that we have. See that? Now the cool thing about this, so this actually works with a lot of different types of lines. This works with amp lines, so if you have an amp custom line, definitely will work with that, so it's even better. So we're going to put that aside for now. I'm going to put that right here in my little screwdriver kit, and we're going to put everything together. Now, what we need to do is, though, we need to push the spring back down, and remember this black piece, because we're going to need it again. I'm going to put it down. Okay, this is going to be a little bit tricky, so you have to hold the spring down with one finger and be able to put the black piece in. And it's actually specifically designed so there's a groove, so you may want to make sure you follow the groove. And once it's in there, alright, oh, that's going to shoot out. Almost shot out on me. See, this is the tricky part, because you want to make sure you don't end up shooting out the little piece, because once you shoot it out, you're not going to be able to find it, I guarantee you. I mean, you might be able to find it, but it's going to be rather challenging. I took it out. I didn't realize that thing was going to shoot out, and I spent about roughly 2 hours trying to locate it, and I finally found it. And oddly enough, it was on the opposite side of the room. So this thing will shoot out. And you figured I'd learn from that first time, but it happened again when I was actually doing the other magazines. Alright, so now we're good with that. My screwdriver's running away. We're going to put the base plate back on. I'm going to push that little guy down, make sure it doesn't come out. Good, now we're back where we started before. We're going to use this guy, push it down. And that should lock it in place one more time. Boom, and there we go. Now we're back to square one with the original magazine. Now the valve is obviously gone because we took it out. No more valve, no more green gas valve. So we're going to get this guy, which is a CQB Russian Valve adapter. And again, it's definitely great. It's actually made out of CNC aluminum, so it's pretty sturdy. You know what, I haven't got a chance to really shoot it yet, but I did test it out with my HPA line, and honestly, for 15 bucks a pop, that's actually pretty worth it. So I bought a bunch, and I put them all today, and this is the last one I want to show you guys how to do it. So I'm going to put that on the side. Now what we're going to do is, we're going to get the Teflon tape, which is this guy. And again, you can pick this up almost anywhere. You can pick this up off eBay, not eBay, but Home Depot, Lowe's, any plumbing hardware store will definitely sell Teflon tape. Teflon tape is used technically for plumbing, where they wrap this tape on the threads itself, like on this guy, to prevent any types of leaks or anything like that. So for $1, I'm not going to complain. This is actually really good. However, you are going to need some sort of blade and scissors, and I forgot some scissors today, so we're going to use this handy dandy wrench that has a bunch of different things, which is like, what we got? We got a knife, and we got a too rigid. Here we go. We'll use this guy. Perfect. Be careful with this. If you guys ever have a multi-tooled knife, this is actually, that's good enough. And leave that aside for now. And what we're going to do is, though, we're going to get the Teflon tape. We're going to get a few pieces of that, and we're going to get the valve. Very simple. We're just going to wrap that around. Now what we're going to do is we're going to wrap this maybe 2, maybe 3 times tops, just enough, so that way it prevents any leaks when it comes to using the line. So you want to make sure you don't also block that airflow there where the line would go. where the valve would go through. So I think that should be good enough. Yeah, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get this little knife. Alright, so put this aside. Now once you have your Teflon tape on the threads of the gun, just like that, all we have to do is all we have to do is just actually install it right into that valve. Alright, so we're gonna close this up. Oop, get rid of that. Close this up, and now I'm gonna put the valve in. So what you want to do is that you want to make sure it's absolutely straight, and insert the valve just in place, and you're just going to push it in and screw in the valve like your normal other valve. Now what you want to do is you want to be very careful in installing this adapter, because you want to make sure it's absolutely leveled and you're not missing a thread, because once you miss a thread it's gonna leak. So we're just gonna screw this in, hand tight it real quick. Okay, alright, and that's as much I can go. Now we're gonna get our wrench, just adjust it specifically to size and go a little bit smaller. Yep. And just tighten it very slowly. You don't have to go super quick with it, and just tighten it enough to the point where you can't remove it with your own hand. You don't want to over tighten it, because once you do it, you can strip the threads and it'll leak, and you pretty much would have to either buy a new valve or buy a new magazine. But I do have my line with me here somewhere on the side, all ready to go. And now what we're going to do is we're going to test it up. All we have to do is plug it right in. There you go. My line in my tank is an AM Custom with an SLP regulator. So far, no leaks, which is great. And we'll just release up some of the pressure. There we go. Alright, take a look. All done, ready to go. Now, just keep in mind, every time that you release the line, when you disconnect the line, there is pressured air inside your magazine, just much like green gas right now. But obviously, because of the fact that it's an open valve with the CQB valve, once we remove it, all the air inside the magazine will dissipate. So that is normal, so don't worry about that. And again, if you just want to tighten it just a little bit more, just not too much, and I think that should be good. There we go. There you go, folks. There you have it. It is done. The CQB Russian Valve installed on the KWA MP7. Alright, so there you have it. Very easy to install the valve on the MP7 magazine, and you can pick these valves up at Evike's website, or I think AMP Airsoft does have them as well. They go for about $15 a valve, which is a little bit pricey in my opinion, but you know, if you have a gas well, I have about 5 mags of MP7 mags for this gun, so I had to buy 5 just to make sure everything was accommodated for. But I didn't have any problem installing it, as you can see in the previous video, or in the video rather, of how I did it. Very quick, very easy. But again, you just want to pay attention to your base plate. Sometimes you don't need it, sometimes you may need it, and you may have to drill a hole at certain times, depending on the gun that you have. But honestly, you really don't need to drill any holes with the KWA MP7 magazine, which is great. So real quick, let's test this puppy out and see my MP7 here, which is an absolute beauty of a gun. I love it. I love it. Let's grab my line, plug it right in. There you go. We're gonna hold the bolt release and pull the hammer back, the charging handle, and we're gonna test it out. It works. It works. I'm loving every minute of it right now. It is absolutely beautiful. And it locks back as well too, which is great. Release the bolt. Disconnect the line first. And there's your pressure we're releasing, and remove the mag. So, absolutely beautiful. with this valve that I got from eVike's website, and it's definitely a great investment into do so. So that way I don't have to worry about inconsistencies. I don't have to worry about green gas, buying more green gas, wasting money on green gas when I can just buy 1 can of green gas for my pistol and my grenades. So this is great. Great investment, save a lot of money on gas and whatnot. But getting back into CEA, just a reminder, on December 10th, next Saturday, CEA will be at Striker Airsoft again, recruiting for CEA 2. Squad 2 is a new team that CEA developed, and right now we have 7 new team members that joined Century Elite Airsoft Squad 2. There are 3 more open spots, so if you guys are interested in joining the team, there is a link in this video at the end of the video to learn more about what's going on as far as joining Century Elite Airsoft. So be sure you pay attention to the video at the end and click on that link and see what's going on. But if you are going to be playing Airsoft, be sure to wear full seal eye protection when it comes to playing the game. Safety first is always a plus. And I will see you guys later. Man, this HPA valve is really cool. I like it. It's 15 bucks for this guy? Worth it. Totally worth it. I can't wait to use it at the field. It's going to be insane. Oh man, I'm super excited right now. I just want to shoot. I just want to go. Let's go outside. Let's test this out.